welcome to another coffee break. I hope that everyone is doing well. I am drinking a light roast coffee. Look at that. You can just see the steam rolling off of that. And I'm continuing to do pour overs because it works with my setup in the space that I'm working in. But I enjoy it. I enjoy grinding the beans and then watching it just cook the beans and pour into a nice cup of coffee. So thank you for joining me for this coffee break. Very good, very smooth cup of coffee. And I hope that today's word, what I got today is just as smooth as my cup of coffee. The word for today, it is adventure. I recently saw a movie with my daughter called Migration. It was Migration. And so I got a phone call on my thing that I was trying to hang up, but things happen live. And by this point, the person hearing me talk should know that I'm recording. Let me see. Let me wait. There we go. She's a bit on a delay. And that is my daughter. But I will talk to y'all in a bit. I'm in the middle of recording. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
And so in this movie, you find these ducks and then other birds that are a lot of characters. But so this group of birds comes to this pond and they interact with the small family of ducks that don't leave the pond. They're migrating to warmer climates and so on. So then they leave. And this dad that was in charge, right? But we're just going to say person because this is for anyone and everyone. You don't have to be a dad or anything. This is just for yourself. Well, his kids wanted to go. He didn't because he was scared. Anything outside of his comfort zone, anything outside of that pond area was scary because his goal was simply just to stay alive and not to live. And so for us, for a lot of us, and again, even for me, there's been points where I just wanted to live, and it held me back. Maybe you're being held back, or you know someone who's living within a certain set of parameters. In this movie, it was the pond, and it might be a new job, a new skill, a new set of friends, stepping outside of your city, stepping outside of your circle. I don't know. But when you do live within those walls, it limits what you experience. It limits how you grow and how and who you become. In this movie, right? I'm gonna put a little duck right here just so you can see it. It motivated me. It reminded me of how important adventure is. But we have to step out of what we're used to. I have this weird shadow right here. I have to fix that. Give me a second. Let me fix that. There we go. And so you have to step out of your comfort zone. And so in this movie, the dad, he finally looks in the mirror, and in essence, he looks in the mirror and he says, I cannot do what I have done to myself to those around me. And so he surprises the family and says, we are going. And in the movie, they go to Jamaica, man. And so they're like, we're going to a warmer place. Let's just go. And that was difficult for him. But that's whenever the living started to happen. And he got to see the value and courage and quality that his wife and his kids have. Again, this is not just for someone that's married and has kids, but maybe you're going to discover the strength and courage and resilience that you have because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Maybe you don't get to stretch and flex or build some of those muscles that you don't need because you're living within certain parameters that don't test you or force you to grow. And that's the word that I want to leave you with today, and that is to seek adventure, to step out of what you're used to and what's been holding you back all this time. Now, in that journey from going from where they were here, from here going south to where they wanted to go to a better place, right? They went through adversity. and challenges, and even their lives were on the line a few times, and there was some scary moments and some good moments, but in all of those experiences there was lessons. Not, there was lessons for the the ducks in the movie, but even just for me, it reminded me that an adventure isn't always gonna go smooth either. There's gonna be tests and obstacles, but they stepped out and they overcame it. They became stronger. They became more close. They had great moments. And I was sitting there watching the movie with my daughter, and I said, never, Sam, don't ever lose that sense of adventure, not only for my sake, but for her sake, but even those around me, that whether you're leading someone or leading a company, adventure sets you on new paths that reminds you of what's inside, but it can also birth what you didn't know you had inside. And that's the great thing that comes with seeking adventure. And so as we're entering this new year, for a lot of us it's a start, for a lot of us it's a reset. Whatever it is to you, it just might simply be one day to the next. Well, put a marker in there and say, I need to seek adventure, whether it be mind, body, or soul. Seek something outside. In the movie, it was the pond. For you, what is that pond? What is it where you feel most safe? Maybe it's time to get out of there and see what awaits you. And so it's funny, but I'm not much for kids movies. I watch them because of my kiddo, but it definitely inspired me, and I will seek adventure. And I encourage you to seek adventure. Step out, see what happens. And I think it makes life exciting, and it makes life, for sure, it makes it worth living. And there was some great moments in the movie that, they hit the heart. They were great. And for me, sharing this coffee break is, I would hate for us, for you, for me to look back or look at someone else's life, look at someone else's movie or their movie reels and say, wow, your life is very interesting because you did this, because you did that. But the truth is, we can look at our own reel. We can look at our own journey and say, man, I have lived a pretty adventurous life. And here are the things that I learned about myself. Here are the things I've learned about those close to me. And I'm so thankful. It may hurt. It may be fun. It may be difficult at times. But all those things should not keep you. It should not keep you from seeking adventure. And that's what I got for today's. Let me see if it's still steaming. You can see it. It's still steaming. For today's coffee break, get out there, seek adventure, seek things that maybe you're not comfortable with, and then we'll just see what it gives you back, because it sure will give you something great and worthy of sharing and talking to others about. Thank you so much for tuning into this coffee break. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a great day. Don't forget, subscribe to this channel. Help us grow. Share this content if you like it. And thank you so much for those that have been supporting me up to now. And we're just going to keep it going. Thank you so much. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.